Okay, we are back. It is time for, I think, episode 13? I'm not good at these number things. That is not my strong suit. So one of the things I want to do during the loading screen is talk about people's hardships. I've been getting some comments, reoccurring thing of people having a lot of trouble in the nightmare zone. Someone actually took up one of the strategies I used, which was to employ the B50FG, but apparently his community was not able to make good use of it. I gotta say that one of the most fundamental things to getting good at State of Decay 2 is stretching your knowledge. Like, this game, I mean, I'm not saying that accuracy isn't important or good moves are important, but what's really important in State of Decay isn't necessarily accuracy, isn't necessarily Twitch reaction time. It's mainly game knowledge and game sense. Game knowledge is just knowing what every little thing does in the game. You don't need to know everything. There's plenty of stuff I don't know. And then game sense is having like an instinct, like having a attunement to the mechanics in the game, like knowing if a screamer screams in the nightmare zone, you should assume that that's not going to be good. You should assume that that's probably going to be bad. You should expect, I don't know, 15, 20 zombies. You might even want to assume that a feral has been spawned by it. But you generate some instinct by making assumptions and then testing them to see if your assumptions are correct. Like, basically, you're looking for patterns. So let's see what's going on here. Our part situation is not super great. How much explosives do we have? We are currently out of pipe bombs, so right now we are not in the situation to destroy any plague hearts. We need more parts, so I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to do today. We are going to search for parts. Let's send someone out that needs some skill. Start rounding out our community.
I hate to say this, but
I think it's becoming daytime, which means we're going to want to take a look at our allied enclave to see if they've got a repair kit for sale. So, from last episode, one of the things I'm really bothered by is the increasing presence of ferals. The ferals are really starting to concern me. I'm not happy with it in the slightest. What do we have more ammo of? Let me put this ammo back. Okay, we have more 9mm ammo then, so let's take the silencer off of this. And so because... Wait, does this already have a good silencer? Oh, let's get this handmade silencer off. Equip. Remove. Attach. Let's put this back. So anyways, the presence of ferals is actually starting to worry me, so we're going to start carrying a weapon more capable of rapid fire compared to the crossbows, because it's really important that we score a headshot, even if it's a lucky headshot on ferals, because, as I said, it's just becoming a problem. I don't like the presence of them. It's becoming worrisome to the point that I am concerned that an unfortunate accident is going to occur as a result of it. Alrighty, so we need parts, and the best way to get parts is going to be to raid. We also need some food. A little bit of food wouldn't hurt. Let's see what if everything in the base has the upgrade. So, speaking of knowledge, this is a good example right here, that we're creating the 7 food per day, which is almost neutralizing our food. But when I talk about knowledge, it's about... One of the big mistakes I think people make is they don't test their assumptions. Like, they assume something's good or they assume something is bad, and they don't retrial it. And I think that's one of the big mistakes people make. The gardening skill video I did is a good example of that. I thought I knew everything there was to know about gardening, but one of the things I found interesting is that you can actually generate a decent amount of food from a level 3 garden or a hydroponics if you're using a compost bin. And that's not something that I had ever considered even trying before, because I simply always had the gardening skill available, so why would you bother testing something like that? But here we are actually using that bit of knowledge. Oh, looks like you saw me. It's fine. Oh, don't go near my vehicles, that's not fine. Okay, here's one. Let's see, that was humorous. No, you don't. Oh god! Multiple ferals! They're all attacking together! This is what I'm talking about. These ferals are not acceptable. These ferals are not good.
You can take this from here.
Yeah, I think it's safe to go back down. But we didn't get the influence from that second guy, I don't think. No. Can collect the plague samples, though. And either way, killing even one of the juggernauts still gave us the influence that was a profit. We still profited from it, so... Looks like this guy is going back in, because he got injured. Let's have him guard the base with... shotgun, I guess? Oh no, Spec Ops AW. That seems like a decent weapon to guard the base with. I am pretty convinced that... This guy's a cosplayer. That's funny. I'm convinced that the most dangerous thing here are ferals. I think they're the most dangerous thing in State of Decay 2 Nightmare Zone. Even though the hostile humanoids are very dangerous from the reports, the fact that, you know, you can avoid them, like they're very localized, whereas the ferals, no, they're out to get you. Like they are absolutely the primary thing without a doubt, they are the primary thing I am concerned about in the game now. No doubt about it. So if I could find a solution to efficiently deal with triple ferals, then I think we got it. I think we can adapt to the difficulty just fine, because even if the humans remain a problem, we can just ignore them for the most part until an even better, like an overkill solution appears. Let's have this guy use the BFG. We called that guy out early just because that sniper thing, just because I don't like freak zombies near the base. I think ignoring freak zombies near the base is just inviting a bad situation.
Damn, this shit is heavy.
Back to Jeffrey. Yep. Looks like his blood plague has not recovered. So that means that he must have been the character I switched off of last night. So is he geared up? Yes, he is. Alright, so today we are going to go look for parts and food. And think about how we're going to deal with ferals, because like I said, I believe ferals are going to become a problem. We should also destroy these infestations where possible, so let's go get a distraction and an incendiary. Because we're doing good on fuel. We also need to... I think we only need one. Oh, wait, I need my flashbangs. That's like our lifeline against ferals. That's what gives us a chance to run away. Okay, step 1. Visit our enclave. Is that a hostile enclave? Okay, no, they're fine. Step 1, go see if we can get a repair kit. I think it's also important to keep those vehicles, at least one vehicle, in really good shape, because if you get ferals on the hood of your car, like, that's bad news. They're going to damage it and destroy it very quickly. And you'll be in a position where you need every bit of durability on the car.
Creeps are here. We need some help.
Sounds like somebody's in trouble. Hit it again.
What's this guy's skill? Okay, that's right. He's about to gain a new fighting skill. All right, let's see what these guys got for sale.
Got anything useful you're looking to unload?
Sure, sounds good.
They got food for sale, but we're a bit low on influence, so let's not go with that. I don't think we're going to buy anything from them. Crowbar is 22. We could scrap it for the 22 parts, but no. I think we're just going to have to be careful. Go to here next. I mean, I guess honestly you could go out with scent block all the time, but like that would be very taxing on your plague samples, as they do cost quite a bit to manufacture. Let's hope that the backside of the area is not as annoying. Nothing important. I think we're good with this quantity of zombies.
I can't catch my breath.
Won't let me grab them. Okay, now we should be able to gain a skill. Endurance or striking? I think we'll go with striking again, just because it is one of the better melee skills against ferals. Is this the house? Yes, it is. Let's get our firecrackers in there.
The infestation's enough for a breather.
Okay, or it'll just completely disappear and we'll waste our firecrackers. That can also happen. I mean, not that I'm unhappy about such a result. Especially because the firecrackers are extremely cheap. Like, it's not like we honestly lost any parts from doing that. The pharmacy, office, half-finished house. If we visit the soldiers, we might be able to complete their quest line.
See what happens when we work together?
They might also sell us some interesting items to buy. So this guy, unfortunately, not going to be gaining any fighting EXP until I actually get my hands on a striking or a blunt weapon. Oh wait, where am I going?
Hey there. Come on in and stay safe.
Got anything useful you're looking to unload?
Sure.
Flashbangs. Hold off on buying anything, but let's go ahead and see what their quest is.
Okay, here's the situation. Get this done. I don't care how, just get it done.
I gotta check our fuel status. Okay, we're great on fuel. So it looks like it's actually becoming nighttime, so that means the enclaves have not changed there. So it's not necessarily an issue that they did not get a repair kit today, it's the issue that it's becoming nighttime. Area looks fairly empty. Oh, I heard a feral. Oh my gosh, can we just not have enemies? Where is the survivor we're looking for further up? I'm wondering if the auto mechanic might be really decent just because it can reduce the sound that your cars produce and improve the durability of the cars. While they are pursuing the sound source there, we are going to... Okay.
If you're feeling friendly, you're welcome here. Hey, listen up.
I'll loot these first. I wish I could see her skills because we could potentially recruit her to our community, which would disband them. That would cut off our supply of flashbangs, but... Nothing like firing an unsilenced gun to make some noise. Well, that gun isn't that noisy. Like, I'm looking at the sound generation. Those zombies screaming are really what's causing noise.
That won't work.
Oh, that was a bad dodge. First time we've been bit by a regular zombie in a bit, I believe.
Alright, get this. I understand what you're saying. I just need a little time.
Come on, let's get you home.
Why not?
Let's loot the rest of the stuff while we're here.
Yeah, this place could come in real handy as an outpost.
Probably more seeds here, which we're actually pretty good on seeds.
Hey, strangers. I got an offer for you. Can we meet up?
There's 6 lootable objects here, that's crazy. And yet I'm hardly seeing any of them. Okay, no, they're in those B boxes. Edison in the B boxes, I guess. Why not?
Nice.
Food. We needed that.
We should really be making those plague hearts a higher priority.
I don't know what that guy's talking about. We've been destroying 2 plague hearts a day. I think that's a sufficient priority. Yeah, this guy's already tired, so he clearly was one of the community members that was out last. We can continue the pace of 2 plague hearts a day if we can get a decent supply of parts to make more pipe bombs.
Okay.
Why is this area not...
Looks empty. Let's move on.
I guess it just hasn't updated yet. Cars over here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I could get the hang of dealing with 3 ferals on a regular basis, and I think that's the key to getting the hang of the nightmare mode. Because the other zombie types have not been a problem.
We're being attacked, and I think we need help.
I know that feral should not have despawned. Like, I'm not gonna just say, like, oh, I don't hear him, so there's no feral. No, he's around. Another big problem has been the enemies that load in too slow. Like, I think that's, like, a big problem with Undead Labs, though.
Let's go!
It makes me want to not drive at full speed just on the basis that you don't know what's going to pop in. This area here I really wanted to loot, but the shout from that feral makes me leery. I only heard one shout, I didn't hear like a unison of like 3 howls, so it might still be okay, but that area has several shed facilities.
Here you are.
That was helpful.
Sure thing.
I see your point. However, we still have a mission to do.
50 influence, we'll take it.
Hey!
Did that change their inventory stock? No, it didn't. Oh yeah, they're still friendly, they're not ally. They have 1 mission left. Which I think is to destroy a series of infestations. But we need to return to base. Is our... okay, our sniper support is back up, which always makes me feel a lot safer. Sniper support is absolutely proving itself in this mode. I've seen numerous comments also saying that they have been impressed with the usage of the sniper support. Heard of feral, but not a big deal since we are currently in motion in a car. Feral's only a big deal when you are not near a car, or you're just starting your car, since they can hitch a ride and start beating the shit out of your vehicle. Probably gonna drive... probably won't be driving at full speed as much. Not only is it dark, but we just don't know what's gonna spawn in front of us, and if we don't drive at full speed, it gives the game more time to spawn all of the enemies, so that there's less of a chance of the car appearing right where the spawn location is.
We got a horde wandering in.
How big is it?
Deal, just letting you know.
Normal size, so this will be just an
I know this
easy
looks bad, but
50
we have to
influence.
fight 'em off.
It'll also be a good opportunity to gain some standing. So let's play as this guy. This guy currently is using the beef, but it's a small zombie siege, so we'll just... 2 B50 FGs guarding the base is sufficient.
We got Dad wailing on our base!
Aside from the beginning, this episode has been relatively peaceful, especially because I'm not pushing my luck around those feral howls. This guy's close to maxing out his shooting, and his fighting is pretty close as well. So about the guy who had his community, like, they got beat up even with the B50 FG. One of the things to always consider is the location of your guard tower, because I believe the problem for him may have been that... oh, wait, no, we can't waste ammo on that.
Can't step to this.
I'm just getting chain stunned by these guys. We're fortunate that that did not cause some kind of further problem.
I can't keep this up.
I mean, it is causing a further problem. They're still attacking, obviously. Now we gotta go get that screamer. I need to go find him and kill him specifically.
Bloater!
Alright, these fucking infestations are getting out of hand.
One out of the bloater.
Oh god. Oh my god, how many screamers have we killed? Enough? That's the question. Have we killed enough of them? I'm surprised. I think what's happening is the initial screamers cause the additional screamers to appear, and then those screamers are continuing to make more enemies appear. It's like basically a domino effect. This weapon is probably beat up too. Yeah, 23 for repairs. It is beat up. Okay, I think we finally secured the area. Oh, we got... There. Now we've secured the area. So this guy, I believe he got gas inhalation. Doesn't matter if his weapon is beat up. Who else can we play as? Guy got hurt. Of course, we have our leader. He's hurt. He's also the guy that we're thinking about getting rid of since he's got a skill that I don't necessarily want. And he's irritable towards other people. So I guess we're either going to play as Eric or we're going to play as Lindsay. I think we're going to play as Eric. Because we want to get our striking skill up. Striking is not bad against ferals. Takes about 5 or 6 hits and you're able to stun them. With a decent blunt weapon, at least. Not going to be helpful against a trio of ferals, though. Like,
Actually feels like home to me.
they will be much too aggressive for us to actually have the time to get an execution off. Like, basically, they'll just constantly interrupt it. Use that. Put the bat away. Shotgun away. Pistol out. Who's that? Oh, I think our other community member has it. I think Jeffrey has it still. Yep. Still has all this stuff too. Let's have him guard the base with Spec Ops. Back to Eric. Like, I don't want to convert my parts into... What do you call it? Into parts? I don't want to turn my materials into parts, so I think we're just going to upgrade our infirmary to level 3. Ammo. Flashbangs. Let me see if I want to repair the car or not. What are they talking about infestations being a problem? Oh, I see. These guys are just spreading a zombie town. I might actually have to thin those infestations out just because they're going to start taxing our morale. What I might do is just use a scent block to, and then just a bunch of distractions and just burn that area, just because I think that would be the most efficient, the fastest way to do it. So what else do we need? Oh yeah, I was going to check to see if the car needed repairs. Looks like it's got white steam, so it's okay. What's our fuel status? 50%. That is stealth, right? Yes. So that got their attention. So yeah, it looks like you can't stealth kill even a zombie who's decently apart from the others without getting the attention of the rest of the horde. Let's just go ahead and get this horde inside here. Another injury already? I was sick of these injuries. Like injuries off these like tiny hits.
We've got a bloater.
Where? Oh my god, we have to rearm again because of a stupid stray injury. I imagine you guys are getting sick of this. Ugh. Means we're gonna use Lindsay. He has one of the BFGs, so that means we gotta go through the rearming process again. Okay, she's gonna use this, she's gonna use this, she's going to use these, and use those, she's gonna put this back in, gonna pull a better weapon out. And then we're going to swap that off to Eric.
I gotta watch the noise.
That's pretty heavy.
Put the shotgun back in. Let me see what kind of backpack she has. Yeah, let me upgrade to the hiking backpack.
Red Talon is the only group that can take back this world. But I'm damn sure nobody out there is gonna work harder than us to do it.
I heard Red Talon keeps zombies as pets. Who would do such a thing?
Oh my god, I bet that's a reference to John Romero's Day of the Dead. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna check my... Go. This away. Hiking backpack, very nice. Doesn't weigh as much, but still gives you 8 slots. 6 pounds. So it's 2 pounds more, but you get 8 slots, so it's a pretty good trade. Like in a day, not Dawn of the Dead, but in Day of the Dead, these military guys basically are testing these zombies to see like if they can communicate with people and if they can be taught to be workers and whatnot. As one might imagine, it doesn't go super well for them. Let's go back to this area over here, because honestly... So here's the deal, even though the feral is there, what we can do is, obviously we have our sniper coverage still, but we also have that community there, so if we have to fall back to something, we can fall back to that community. Anyway, so yeah, in Day of the Dead, it's a story about these survivors who are holed up in like some kind of like underground facility. It's like this like heavily fortified like underground facility. And they got a doctor there, and his goal is basically to try to train zombies to see like if they have any kind of human intelligence remaining in them to do things. And the conflict is that the military side of the population, because I think there's something like 7 or 8 characters, but the military members of their community, so to speak, are really, really aggressive, hardline, and the leader might even be a bit unhinged. It's kind of open to interpretation, like whether you think the leader is justified or not. A whole bunch of screamers. The feral's coming after me specifically. Lucky shot on the feral there. Did not. I mean, I was aiming for his head, but that's why I shot 2 bullets. I wasn't confident that I'd actually land the hit on him. It was so annoying. Okay, back in. It definitely seems like the AI is programmed to prioritize the player over computer allies. Definitely something worth noting. Why don't we just go to this peddler's barbecue real quick? The last thing here. And I think we do need food. Yeah, we got 12 units of food. We got room for more. The silos at the Mazzara farm expand our fuel capacity, or not fuel, our food capacity to 50, but I doubt I will actually take advantage of that, or very much. Like, to me, honestly, 25 capacity is just right. Like, I don't really feel like I need any more or any less.
Well, it's not really anything special.
This episode, aside from the beginning, I don't feel it's like insanely action-packed, but honestly, I'm kind of relieved by that. I'm kind of hoping that episode 12 would have been kind of a more peaceful episode. And so far, it's turning out to be somewhat peaceful. Because I was definitely alarmed by episode 11, like, there was way too many ferals, like, that was making me, like, a bit worried. And I definitely finished that recording thinking that, yeah, we're gonna have to learn to do something about feral trios. I don't want to go back. We might establish an outpost there. Before we establish an outpost, first we're going to have to look at our influences up to 500. Tons of zombies. Always generating influence. This wouldn't be a bad place for one. Food. I can't believe none of these are... This is a fuel. The water tower. Tractor bay. Beds. Man, these areas suck in terms of... Maybe we'll do this tagged up shop. Let's double check our resource consumption. We're actually gaining ammo from some of our benefits. That's pretty cool. I wish one of those was a material place. We could have done that. I think that one's just the most convenient choice. Actually, we haven't revealed that. Let's see what that is. Is this an option for parts? Nope. Not an option. So in the name of convenience, let's just take that one. Not hearing the ferals howl. That might be because he's gone. Or it could be because he is just choosing not to vocalize.
That won't work.
Let me double check to make sure this is going to give me food. Yes, it is a food collection area.
Oops. That was...
Okay, we have the level 3 infirmary. Let me see what... Maximum health. Okay, so without surgery, we don't get the injury resistance. Second one to get there. I hate when the game doesn't just let me automatically execute them like that. It always happens when you grab them as they're getting up off the ground. 300 influence is not bad.
The area is secure and the outpost is up.
Someone had an interesting idea of using an old State of Decay 1 strategy, which was to put outposts near your home base to expand the safe area and prevent the spawn of the freak zombies, basically. Is that something you would actually do in the first State of Decay? Because basically, the zombie hordes would... Man, I just want to point out that the looting here in this specific building was trash. Absolute trash. But in State of Decay 1, if you haven't played that game, the zombie hordes would just constantly come towards your base. Like, they would just kind of shamble their way there. And what you could do is set up the outposts, and then you could upgrade the outposts, or you would use one of their abilities to create... Or actually, they may have done it automatically. They would basically set up traps, these, like, landmines. Oh. I'm not sure if that was a feral or a... Okay, that's a jug. I was concerned about a jug.
Seems to be clear.
As I was saying, so the outposts in State of Decay 1 would periodically use mines, these like incendiary mines, and they would destroy the hordes as they came in. And you would surround your base with several of these outposts in order to improve the destruction of the incoming hordes. And like I said, they would just constantly come in. They were just constantly attacking your base. And I wonder if you could adopt a similar... I mean, obviously you could adopt a similar strategy, but would it be effective to adopt a similar strategy? I think I want to pull out a fuel can. Our base. Where's the fuel? Oh my god, let me just... Okay, we're out of fuel, so we have to call a new fuel can in. Go to the next one. Oh, no, let's go to second auto repair. Man, if they don't have repair kits at an auto shop, I will be upset. I mean, I won't be upset. I'll be miffed. There you go. That's the word I'm going to use. I'll be miffed. Let's assassinate this guy and build up some wits. One thing I'm wondering about is if the scouting's range will be long enough that... Because, you know, sometimes you get those situations where you can hear the feral, but you're not close enough to have it on the radar. I wonder if the maxed out scouting skill will allow me to, if I can hear a feral, will I be able to detect them on the radar? I guess that's what I'm wondering. At maximum scouting, because that would be extremely valuable, in addition to it just being a very good quality of life skill. So far, we are getting garbage. What have we gotten so far? Garbage. This is gonna be chemicals.
I think I'm done searching.
Or
here.
absolutely nothing. Wow. I am miffed. What? Garbage. That is actual garbage. Is this a drink? Total knockout. Diet Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola. It's not Coca-Cola, but Coca-Cola. Looks like the night is beginning to come to a close. That'll definitely make me feel more comfortable.
Together. I'm gonna be okay.
Normal, on standard zone, you'd be able to walk out there, like, I could just empty out all my inventory. Maybe I'd hang on to snacks or a health item just to play it safe, but... Oh, you could... that's where the Juggernaut is. Let's loot that one last. But on this mode, my inventory is crippled by the necessity to carry equipment, myself alive. What close are we? Are we doing on swordplay? About 50%? 3 out of 7.
Nothing moving about.
So some of the members of our community, they've been playing a ton of State of Decay. Someone's played for, they've had like 155 days in Nightmare Zone. That's crazy. I know Yukiko, he's one of our pretty long time viewers. Like, he has a standard zone community that's like something, it's not quite 500 days. Like, you guys definitely, some of you guys at least, definitely play more than I do. There we go, here's the last one. They gotta give me parts. Like, this area here is this whole industrial district. How are there not parts in this industrial district? Only one ruck so far. Electronic scraps are better than nothing, but I really wanted the parts. Quite unsatisfied. Quite unsatisfied. You're a horde nearby.
I'm not seeing any more of them.
Having the Turtle Beach is so helpful. Like, it allows me to very clearly tell the difference between the different zombie growls. Because, like, what I'm specifically listening for is the heavy breathing of a feral, because they have that noise. I'll leave that behind. Take that. Man, another one that's a bust. Okay, so yeah, we got 2 hordes nearby. I heard that. Okay. 1 feral, no problem. 3 ferals, problem. Fortunately, we would have a wall to do shenanigans with. And we would have our flashbangs. The death of that feral emboldens me a bit, I feel. Although we do have to worry about those juggernauts. Although, let's empty our inventory real quick. All this running will also help build up our backpacking skill. Speak of the devil. All these extra weapons will be useful as scrap to fuel our demolition. Another thing we can do is check more of the utility buildings.
Might actually find something good in here.
But let me get that thing outside first. Several items outside. Lots of items outside. Give me parts. Give me like bundles of 20 parts. Seeds. What is with them and giving me seeds? I mean, I appreciated the seeds initially. Now I'm getting kind of annoyed. It's like they're taunting me because we can't do anything with the seeds. We can't plant them. We need knowledge of gardening to actually plant the seeds. And you only plant one a day. We plant 1 seeds a day. Wait, let me check to make sure that... Okay. Not parts. This thing has 6 searchable items. 6. Chems. Useful. But not what we want right now. Close the doors. All right. Shelving unit, that's a mod.
Carrying a bit much right now.
Go drop this stuff off. Love seeing that Dave come back. You know something I've noticed is, have you noticed that, so that feral I just killed, normally the ferals will do that dash to the side, that sideways juke in order to throw your aim off. I've noticed that they haven't been doing that lately. They have been doing that to avoid getting ran over by vehicles, but they haven't been doing that to avoid gunfire. I mean, not that I'm complaining, it's much easier to hit a target, even a fast-moving target, if it's coming directly at you.
I'm sure I can put this together.
Yes, I like seeing that. Enclaves have new items for trade, which means we need, after we loot these buildings, we're gonna go shopping over at our ally's house, and then we might close out the episode checking our inventory to build some bombs, so that next episode we can go destroy 2 plague hearts. Okay. Let's just go ahead and continue on towards this fuel pump. Reamer. This guy's gonna hear me, so we'll just kill him. Or he won't hear me? Well, okay. No one said zombies were that observant. Though sometimes humans aren't all that observant as well. You can assassinate people in pretty humorous ways in some shooter games like Halo, without people noticing. More chemicals, a ton of chemicals. Maybe we should make some medicine. Or we should make something to improve our medicine skill to get into pathology. A little bit of extra fuel, won't say no to it. Not something we direly need, but leave that behind. This building here has... I want to check that one out. That horde's too far away to notice me. Pretty dense horde. Whenever I see a really dense horde like that, I just have the urge to burn them, and I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do, just for the heck of it. I just really want to burn them. Because they're so dense. One of them that won't die.
Might live through
is the screamers. Or that armored zombie, rather. Okay. If I had a more accurate gun, be... Oh. No, you don't. No, you don't. On my standards, see, I have an M17 that has a scope on it, or it's got like a laser sight or something. It allows you to zoom, that's the main point, and I'm used to having more accuracy, or a tighter reticule.
Yeah, definitely not. Oops, that was loud.
Mod, we can sell that. Here, an interesting zombie sound. It could be a bloater. It has kind of like a gagging sound to it. A wheezing, gagging noise, like he's got phlegm in his throat. Could be bloater. Another repair kit. There we go.
As much as I can carry.
Or screamers. They're not worth very much influence, to be honest. That means that noise is actually a screamer, that kind of phlegm congested noise, wheezing. That's much better. Definitely a great haul. Not waste any more ammo frivolously like I was earlier. Gotta remember that we don't have an infinite supply of ammo. Not only that, we don't have an ammo press. We only have our heavy ammo press, which is still very useful, but specifically for our 50 caliber ammunition. Another option we have is to destroy the... We could destroy the plague hearts with the 50 caliber rifle, since I don't believe they require any parts, we just need the ammunition. That would be especially good if we had someone with knowledge of munitions, which is one of the chemistry advanced skills. But that's one thing we're really not doing super great on, our trade skills. Many of our trade skills just aren't really counting for anything.
Hey there, stranger. Come on in. We have unfriendly company nearby.
Look at that, he's coming after me specifically.
Talk later.
Hey, what's up?
Let's see what we have here.
All right.
Alrighty. We'll take it. Where did all... Oh, that's right, I spent it on a... Oh, I kind of want to buy a first aid kit, just because we don't have one. Just having that flexibility of the first aid kit on demand seems like a good idea. And I don't foresee us needing to spend influence for a little while. Other than just to buy, like, neat things. And we should have enough for a sniper attack. Interesting that our base we come home to is Got some bloaters. That's like 30 influence right there.
We could use some help.
Let me go get my crossbow out.
We're making it way too easy for the zombies to hear us in here.
I would love to have a Echo X3. That would be very nice, but gotta get lucky and find one. Oh, that was a headshot. That was an accident. I gotta let the gas clear a bit. I can't see where the third one is. Put the fuel in. Okay. There's the third one. And we may as well disperse the horde as well. Just get their attention. Shut the gate to slow them down. Oh my god, did I specific... Ah! Oh no, don't get me. That would be unfortunate. I thought that was a zombie at first, like I thought that guy was a zombie. Let's see if there's any stragglers that dropped plague samples. Next, let's make sure all of our buildings have their features active. If we use any of these. We have so many plague samples that we could create those for an extra 500 influence, but I mean, honestly, we're not in a situation where it's like, it's something we direly need. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna check our part situation. Alright, so there's gotta be some stuff we can break down that we don't need. Like, this, let's just break. I mean, are we really gonna pay 89 parts to repair this? Heck no. Bolt Scout, scrap it. Bolt Scout, I mean, it's honestly not a bad weapon, but I would prefer to use a Hunter's Bolt Scout. We already have this nice pistol over here, so let's go ahead and scrap this one. Fake AK-47, I think we're just going to hold on to that just because it's a unique weapon. I've never seen it before. What are we up to? 96 parts? About some of these. Let's equip a really ordinary sword and just compare to see how good they are. One kind of sucks.
That don't matter to me. You want for a swim? I say go for it.
One kind of sucks.
That place was crowded before.
I'm really looking for lethality. Like, this has decent lethality. This has decent lethality, decent lethality.
True leadership is just asking for trouble.
That thing has terrible ease of use, so like, I don't suspect I would use it due to the bad easy, even though it did have decent stats elsewhere. Now let's equip a average-looking melee weapon, or a... Even though she's not striking, we can still see the stats. Metal bat looks like a decent weapon. Crowbar looks. Looking for mainly impact and knockdown. It's got really weak knockdown and impact. Wow, this demo hammer looks really high quality. Like it's just a strict upgrade over the wooden bat. I think we'll hang on to these. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is just build a few... Oops. These use 38 each, so let's go ahead and build a group of 3. Another group of 3.
The outbreak, I wrote the greatest song of all time. I'm trying to find those.
So that's not enough to build another group, because like we don't want to go so low that we run out of the ability to repair our weapons. So that's enough to destroy one plague heart. Unless we use the explosive bloater clouds, which might not be a bad option considering that we might experiment to see, like, I guess, how many bloater clouds would it take to destroy a plague heart? I'm guessing like 3. That's my guess. That might be our experiment. I mean, we have our frags, but the thing is, I want to save the frags for when we do one of the later plague hearts as bait, because it destroys them faster. But let's get into position and close this episode out. Said get into position. By the can. Okay, that's close enough. Anyways, that is the end of this episode. I wanted a more peaceful episode, and aside from the very beginning, we definitely got it. Compared to last session, the quantity of ferals dramatically decreased. I don't know why yesterday's episode just had so many ferals. I just don't understand it. So this episode was actually fairly uneventful to the point that I don't really know what to name the episode, so I'm going to have to brainstorm that overnight. Anyways, that's what happened here. We resupplied. We got parts for 1 plague heart demolition. I wanted to get 2, but we're going to need to farm way more materials in order to continue demolishing the plague hearts. We'll destroy at least one of them in the next episode. At any rate, like this episode if it was entertaining, subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content, and remember that you don't have to be good to get good.